The rest of the day passed with languid ease. While Francis and Kate napped, I decided to visit a local vineyard. I followed the familiar grape emblem down a narrow track, past regimented rows of vines strung out with great austerity on bands of wire as thick as coat hangers. I parked in front of a hut that looked like a giant tin can sliced through from top to bottom. Sitting outside was a man in late middle years with straggly grey hair and large grey eyebrows. His eyes were closed, and he was lying back in his chair, catching rays along with 40 wings. He breathed and exhaled with faint flapping snores. The collar and front of his shirt had been rolled down as much as possible to expose more of his neck and chest to the sun. I said hello carefully, not wanting to startle him. Even so, the sleeping figure woke with a jolt. Then he blinked and smiled, showing teeth as misshapen and haphazardly arranged as the tombstones on Boot Hill. Another victim of National Health dentistry. "Come for a tasting, have you?" he asked hopefully. Just inside the doorway was a trellis table. I saw large metal tanks and plastic tubing reminiscent of plumbing, and something that looked like an unearthed septic tank. What kind of wine do you make here?" "White," he said. "White wine." "Basket pressed? Steel or oak barreled? How long was the wine cellared?" But I asked none of those questions, and thankfully received no sermon on the style of wine used, no discourse on the varietals used in the blending process. He was as clueless as I was. White wine, he said, and white wine it was. He opened the fridge and took out a couple of long, thin bottles. "Thurgau. He uses Thurgau. I think that's how the winemaker pronounces it." "Thurgau?" I said hopefully. "German-style wine?" Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah. And yes, it is German. I'm not up on the ins and outs of it, but you can't grow the French stuff here. We have too much rain, not enough sun. And the French grapes, well, you know, the French." He spoke disdainfully, implying that Gaelic varietals lacked the necessary vim and vigour to stand up to the vagaries of English weather. He poured a small quantity from the first bottle into a tiny plastic tumbler, not much bigger than a thimble. It tasted like very good quality vinegar. "It's cold," I said, using my tongue to push out bits of cheek that the wine had shriveled. "Yeah, I know, it is a bit, yeah, it's a bit, I know what you mean. I'm not the winemaker, I'm the partner in the business, you know. You ought to try another one." Well, no, I'm driving and, you know, I smiled, I shrugged. "Oh, but this one's better. I'll join you. I hate to see a man drink alone," he said brightly, as he poured each of us a small plastic cupful. "Taste of raisins, it does. Sultanas more like, intense." The heavy wine was indeed shot through with raisins and tasted like spotted dick. I liked it. "Better, yeah?" "Yes, better," I said with some relief. "Best one by far. Now don't let's bother with these thimbles." He waved a dismissive paw at the tiny plastic cups and found 2 real wine glasses in a filing cabinet. He grabbed the bottle and ushered me out of the tin shed back to the sunshine. We sat and drank the wine. "I used to work on a boat, shuffled paper, made money, put the dosh in this place. We've only just started, really." He picked up the bottle and turned it slowly in his hand, as if examining it for the first time. Then he looked at me. "I think we should kill it, don't you?" Without waiting for a reply, he poured again, and between us we finished the bottle. Half an hour later, armed with Kentish Thurgau in bright copper-coloured bottles, I drove back to the cottage very carefully. Cheers.